Here we are, episode 3, Midweek Motivations. Let's go. So, episode 1, we talked about where do you want to be, right? We're talking about ultimately what do you want to accomplish? Where do you want to be? Not just in these 90 days, but ultimately ongoing, right? Then, in episode 2, we talked about where are you right now? It's being accurate. So last week, hopefully you put down on paper, you asked yourself the question of where am I accurately am? Where am I right now, right? And I'm not delusional about where I am. So this week, I want to talk about is what are the things that are in your way? So what are the barriers or what are the excuses that have been holding you back? Because people always say things like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get here, I want to become this, but they never seem to take the actions. So why is that? And when I say everyone, it isn't all people out there, because if you're watching this video and you're successful and you're living in your purpose and you're doing what you need to do, then this video isn't for you, right? You either are sending this to someone that you know, or you watching it right now because you've been letting the barriers or excuses hold you back. So, what's in your way could be real barriers, or they could be excuses. But I can tell you, most times, the things that are holding you back are excuses. They're not real. So, it's just over time, those excuses have become reality. So, an example of things that could be real, but eventually just they're really excuses, but you become accustomed to them so long, you think that they're real, but they're not real. They're hologram. They're smoke, okay? It could be that I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough connections. I don't know enough. I don't have enough knowledge. When the reality is let me give you examples. So there's this guy named Nick Vujicic, and he could have allowed the barriers in his life to overcome him. But what he chose to do is overcome the barriers. And so in those things happening in his life, he still became a best-selling author. He still became a motivational speaker and goes around the country doing motivational speaking successfully. He is a father. He is married to a beautiful woman. And he did it because he chose to overcome the obstacles that were in his life. He didn't let those things become excuses, right? So what are you doing? What excuses are holding you back or in your way? And so we're going to go over three things to help you to overcome. So the first is, I want you to think about where you want to go and what it will be like once you get there. You can do this in any way. Put up pictures, put up boards, look at stuff, read books, do whatever it is, but picture yourself being where you want to be and what it will be like once you're there. Number 2, think about where you are right now and what it will be like if you stay there. You can put up reminders for that. That's why it works really well for people that are trying to lose weight. They put up pictures of the size they are or the size they were as a reminder to not only keep going, but don't go back to where they were before. And then the last thing is accountability. You cannot do it alone. So if you don't tell anyone you're trying to do something, then if you don't do it, who's questioning you on it? Who's asking you if you're doing anything to move forward? Right? So it's important. So some things to keep in mind. You want to identify the barriers that are in your life that could be excuses, and most times they're excuses. You want to come up with a plan to overcome it. So those 3 things I gave you, come up with a plan, right? You can't take action if you don't have a plan. And the last thing is set up reminders for yourself. Set up reminders. Again, it could be pictures, it could be notes. I have friends that put up little notes on their screen that tell them don't stop working, don't eat that bread, those kind of things. Because I know for me, an easy excuse that I had to choose to overcome was that I didn't have time. And so what I had to do was, I say, I don't have time to exercise. I have a family. I have 2 kids. I'm married. I have a busy work schedule. So what I do now is I make sure in the morning I wake up a little bit earlier so I can take my daughter to school. You see me in some of the videos. And then I walk the dog around the entire neighborhood. Rather than just stand outside and let the dog go, I try to walk around. I got a Fitbit so that it tells me how many steps I'm doing every single day. It keeps me accountable. I have challenges with my friends and other people. And I used to think like, I just want to eat whatever I want. I can still do that, but I didn't want to count calories because I thought it was too stressful and I didn't want to do it. But if you want to overcome, you got to make different choices than you did in the past, right? So, overcome the excuses. What are the things that are in your way that you've been letting you hold back? What are we going to do to overcome those excuses? I look forward to being with you guys next week. I hope that these midweek motivation videos are encouraging you and motivating to do something, right? To be more, we have to do more. So do you want to be more than who you are? Then guess what you have to do? You got to do more than what you're doing today. All right. Have a good one.